everyone, welcome to Gulf News. We have a very special guest in Gulf News, that is PV Sindhu, who is a world champion and an Indian badminton superstar. Sindhu, it's been a long career for you. It's been a very successful career for you. How do you look back at your career?
I would say it's a long journey and a lot of things to learn, and it's an experience altogether, I would say, because back then when I started playing, it was just for fun. I started off, and then I've had, of course, there have been a lot of sacrifices put in, and then there've also been lots of ups and downs. It's altogether, when you look back now, it feels really great coming so far. At the same time, I feel really very happy because I've got the support that is always needed, because my parents themselves were sports persons. So I think the support and motivation that they gave me, and even now they keep supporting me and motivating me no matter what, because that's what is required for an athlete, that motivation when you're at your lows, and that keeps you going.
First, let me start from the Asian Badminton. That's where you're here. The Asian Badminton Championship is going to take place from February 14 to 19, the team event, and then the individual event in April.
Yeah.
So I saw that you were very excited this morning with the draw. So how good is the draw, or what is your thought process on the draw today?
Well, firstly, it was really nice to be here today in Dubai for the draw ceremony of the Badminton Asia Mixed Team Championships. It's always nice to play in Dubai, because earlier I've played back-to-back almost for like 3 years. And then again, after some break, I'm coming here. So really looking forward for the Asian Team Championships. But apart from that, the draw is pretty good, is what I feel. We have Malaysia, we have UAE, and another team. It's pretty good, I would say. We shouldn't take it easy, but at the same time, even Malaysia isn't easy. So each match is going to be hard, but I feel competitively we can do our best and give our best. Really looking forward for it.
How was your memory of Dubai from the previous times you came in, and what are you looking forward this time?
Well, every time we come to Dubai, it's something new. There's something new, but it's a beautiful city, I must say. And when I came here, I've gone to places, I've seen different places, but I'm sure this time there are a lot more things to see. Apart from that, I think Dubai, I've come here back then for the World Tour Finals continuously almost for like 3 times, and it is always nice to play in Dubai, because it's a different atmosphere, and also the fans, the people out here are very supportive, and also there are a lot of Indians here. So I think this time when we're going to play, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of fans cheering for us, which is going to be a good one. Altogether, I would say Dubai is always, very nice to play. And even this time, I wish we will do well, and there'll be a lot of cheering for us.
And the extra cheering will come to Tanisha Krasto, who is a Dubai girl who is going to be there, part of your team.
She's a really good player. She's playing really well, and she's coming up, and she's a very sweet girl. She's really hardworking. She's playing her doubles and mixed doubles, where she's doing really well. She's also done very well in the recent tournament. Of course, she playing in the tournaments, I think she knows what it takes to become a champion, and it's not just that, but also I think the hard work behind that is very much required. Of course, I think these kinds of players, I think they need to understand and keep working hard, and I'm sure in the upcoming years she will definitely do well and get a name for herself and for the country. Well, it's very important. Of course, team event is something where it's a different atmosphere altogether, but I think as a team, every individual needs to give their best at the same time. So I would say it's a different atmosphere, because generally it's an individual event where we play our own matches and we just come out, but here we need to play for the team and also support equally as a team.
I saw that during the Uber Cup.
Yeah, I think it's always nice to have events like these where, as a team we all come together and we cheer for each other. And also, there's also rankings where you win, you get a few points. But apart from that, it's an Olympic year. where we have the Olympic qualification starting, and of course 2024 everybody is looking at where we will have the Paris Olympics 2024. But before that we have a lot of tournaments coming up where we start our Olympic qualification soon, and each tournament is very important because you know, everybody wants to win every tournament, but it's hectic here. At the same time, we need to pick and choose what tournaments to play, because you also have to stay physically fit and give you 100% and stay injury free as well.
True. And coming back from an injury, I think it's important for you, isn't it? How well is your injury right now?
Yeah, I mean it's all well. I started playing tournaments from this Jan. I've played 2 tournaments, but yeah, before that I had a hairline fracture where I had to take a break for almost like 4 months.
Yeah, you missed the World Championships.
Yeah, I missed. Yes, I missed few tournaments. But I think it's also important to keep your body safe and fit, because injuries are something where you know, you need to take a break for a longer period of time. Rather, you know, you take care of your body and make sure you don't have an injury, so that you know you can stay physically fit and play your 100% and be at your 100%. Yeah, I mean there are a lot of tournaments. Firstly, I want to play well and win some tournaments, obviously, but there are a lot of tournaments once again. Apart from that, obviously ultimate aim would be get a medal at Paris 2024, but before that, short-term goals for this year, I would say Asian Games is gonna be there, and of course the World Championships. Yeah, I hope I do well, and of course few tournaments.
How do you manage expectations? You know, everybody expects you to win all the time.
Yeah, well, expectations are always there. Pressure is always on. But at times, you know, you can't keep up to people's expectations, where sometimes it might be your day, sometimes it might not be your day. But it's very important that you give your 100%. And I think, you know, when you go into a match, I mean, even though the pressure is on, you know, when you just go into a match, it's just you yourself giving your 100%, rather than, you know, thinking what people want, because that would add extra pressure. So I feel, you know, when we go into a match, you just have to focus on how you have to play and what you have to play, and just give your best. Well, it's badminton as a sport is definitely improving and is growing. So I would say that there are a lot of youngsters, there is a lot of talent, but at the same time, it's not going to be easy, because you need to have the right guidance, and you need to have right coaches to guide you in a right way. It's just not a few months of hard work. It takes years and years of hard work to come to a level. So if you have the right guidance and right coaches and right people to guide you, I'm sure you will get a lot of medals in the next coming few years. Yeah, in men's we have, of course, Pranay is doing well recently, and Lakshya is already doing well. We have Shrikant, and we have other players like youngsters, I would say Kiran George, and a lot of players. Even in women's, you know, after me, Saina, there is a bit of gap. I mean, of course, it takes few years to, you know, cover that gap up, but I'm sure there are a lot of youngsters. But yeah, at the same time, yes, it is going to take, you know, a few years for that gap to cover. I mean, so that's what I said, you need to have the right guidance and right coaches. It's not just that, you know, group of players are training under a coach. You have to also make sure that, you know, every individual needs to get individual training and needs to understand what their body type is, because every individual has a different style of play. So it's not just one coach training a group of people where, you know, everyone has a different style of play. It's not going to work like that. So I think from the ecosystem, from the grassroots levels, that should be there. Then I'm sure things will change, and there will be a lot of improvement, and there will be a lot more athletes who will come up, because I'm sure every country has a group of people. Like, for example, for a tournament there are 6-7 Chinese, and then in the next tournament you see some more athletes coming up. So to have that, we also need to start where every individual needs to get an individual separate treatment. At the same time, they need to understand that every body type is different, and accordingly work out to their body type. I'm not training under him anymore, sir. It's been a long time now. Okay. So I've had a different set of coaches from the time I've started until now. So of course I'm thankful to everyone, because each coach has taught me different things and different strategy, different skills. At the same time, right now I'm training under Mr. Park, and right now I'm seeing for different coaches, because you need to understand that every player has a different style of play, and you need to strategize accordingly, so that a coach and an athlete relationship should be in such a way where you need to understand what the opponent is playing, and you need to strategize accordingly, so that if plan A doesn't work, you need to immediately change to plan B. So you need to accordingly strategize and work it out. I mean, it depends, because as an athlete where I've achieved everything, I think for me, coming to a level is okay, but maintaining that level is even more harder, because when you start winning tournaments, I think the opponents are gonna look at your matches, look at your games, and strategize in such a way that they want to beat you the next time. So we need to make sure that you need to have different set of plans. At the same time, me being an attacking player, people don't give me to attack because I'm tall.
Correct.
So they make sure that they play more of downward strokes. So I need to be stronger in that, stronger in defense, to make sure that they cannot get a point from me. So that's how I am strategizing. Yes. Well, for me, mostly I keep traveling for some events and shoots and stuff. I would say that's my pastime. Apart from that, I have a nephew who is 4 years old. So I spend time with him, and I have a dog. So.
Okay. So do you watch movies?
Yeah, I do watch.
What kind of movies?
I mean, it can be any movie, like Bollywood or Tollywood, or just on OTT, because nowadays OTT has become a thing where everybody is binge watching it. So I would say, yeah, it can be anything.
So who's your favorite actor?
I would say Rana. I mean, he's done a fantastic movie, RRR, and of course Mahesh Babu and Prabhas. I mean, there are a lot of actors, so yeah.
Okay. And what's your best moment in your life or in a career? This is the best moment.
Most memorable
moment.
Well, for me, I would say there are a couple. So first one would be where I won my first title in Cochin. That would be under 10 that's my first title. That's always very memorable to me. And after that, my first world championship win, bronze in 2013. I was the first woman to get a bronze in world championships, and then after that, of course, Rio, which has changed my life completely. And then the world championships, which was like a much weighted win after like 2 bronze, 2 silver.
Yeah.
And of course the Tokyo.
Yeah, I want to ask you that. For a long time, you were coming to the finals, you were never winning it. What changed?
Well, I would say that, coming to finals itself is definitely a big thing. A lot of people ask me, what is happening to you after coming to the finals. But I mean, it wasn't my day, because I've given my 100%, I played my game, but a lot of people start telling me that, you have do you have a phobia after coming to the finals? But I would say that, there was a scenario where in 2018, I've had almost 8 finals. And finally, in December, there was this World Tour Finals, which was one of the top tournaments, and I won that. So I just told them that I didn't speak anything, but I just told them that, I gave an answer with my racket. So that is all I could say.
So is it confidence? Because sometimes confidence players if you start doubting yourself at that point of time, was it anything?
No, it wasn't doubting myself, but at the same time, I wasn't also thinking about what has happened. But there was particularly maybe a strategy wise, maybe I could have changed something else, but it was with different opponents. I've been losing, but at the same time I beat all of them in the other tournament. So it's just that on that day, who plays well and gives their best is the winner, is what I feel.
So is there any loss which hurts you very badly?
Well, there are. Every loss hurts me very badly, but I think every match, every win is very memorable. At the same time, you learn a lot from your losses, and you learn from your mistakes and bounce back stronger. I think that is very important at the end of the day. Yeah. I do get angry when I lose points, but also I'm very sensitive when I lose matches. So, I'm very jovial, but at the same time, when I lose, I cry. I'm like any other girl who cries and who's very sensitive. So, yeah.
Thank you for joining us. For all the updates and breaking news, please log on to gulfnews.com and all our social media channels. Thank you.